Hey there, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Welcome to day 47. I'm going to tip this down a little bit of our Supersize You annual challenge. Today we are talking about confidence. All this month we're focusing on confidence. And this week we're gonna pay attention to confidence that builds and building confidence through contribution. So what are some of the ways that we can be a contribution? Number one, and probably the quickest and easiest for all of us, is to speak up, to use our voice and to be heard, to share our perspective, our point of view, our opinion, our thoughts, our feelings and beliefs on certain things as we participate in and be an active participant in our business or in business meetings or in with companies and with clients, etc. We need to be willing to speak up and share our thoughts. Asking questions is the easiest, fastest way to speak up and let your voice be heard. They've done studies. Scientists, of course, study everything. And they have found that people that speak up within the first 10 minutes of a meeting or a get together or a gathering or a conversation set the tone for that conversation. Now, I don't know about you, but I often want to set the tone and the framework for the meeting that we're having or the conversation that we're having or the feedback session or the personal growth and development coaching, whatever it is. And so how do we go about doing that? By, number one, making sure that we do speak up, ask questions, share our thoughts and feelings about something. And it doesn't mean we're trying to get somebody to do things our way or to think what we're thinking. It just means we can understand one another's perspective and often just agree to disagree. There are so many things that we agree on, yet if we disagree on one thing, oh, you're not my friend anymore. You're not in my family anymore. How absolutely ludicrous and immature is that? It's like 3-year-olds. Hey, if you take my toy, we're not friends anymore ever again. I hate you. Right? No, absolutely not. So today, I challenge you as part of this year's challenge to speak up in a situation where you normally wouldn't. Maybe you've got a staff meeting. I used to always have my staff meetings. I don't do it so much anymore Monday mornings, but that's because I let other people run my staff, let's be honest. So they have staff meetings Monday mornings and I'll pop in once in a while, but every Monday morning I'd have a staff meeting because it sets the tone for the entire week. So we'd lay out what is it that's important? What are we working on? What are your priorities? How can we support you in that? Mostly, how can I support you in that? Because my job is to support everybody else in the organization, right? And help them. Doesn't mean I do their jobs for them, but if they ask for it, I will give them coaching and guidance. I will speak up and share my thoughts about something that they're thinking about doing. Maybe it's something I've done before and I totally failed at it, but they have a totally different skill set and might just rock it. Who knows? So silence in the moments that matter to us, chip away and eat away at our self-respect, at our self-esteem, at our confidence, etc. So I say, be kind. There's certain things we just always follow the golden rule, right? We don't speak up in a way that harms other people, at least not if you're listening to me. We speak up in a way that honors who we are and what we think, and we're open to what other people think and feel and believe as well. Why? Because that's just being a good human being, and that's what we're here for. That's what we're all about, is making the world a better place. Our point of view, your point of view, my point of view, whether people believe it or not, is important. It's at least important to me because we shape our own reality. So if I don't honor myself and speak up, it's just like if I don't keep my word and do what I say I'm going to do, it chips away at me. It doesn't hurt anybody else because some people will believe your stories and your excuses. Heck, even sometimes I believe my own stories and excuses still. And then I'm like, okay, well, that was bullshit. And I back and I say, okay, that's not really how I feel about this. Let's go back to the beginning and let's really open up this topic and look at it. And then speaking up, like anything else, gets easier and easier and easier and easier. When I first, I've always been pretty much a speaker-upper, but not in every situation. I've actually had to go the other way and shut myself down and tamper my opinions and my thoughts because I want to encourage other people to share their thoughts and their perspective and their point of view. So this is an interesting topic, but I do now not speak up in certain situations. I remember a meeting right after my sudden cardiac arrest. I was in a meeting with a city council member and a neighboring business or neighboring people. They lived in our town community's downtown area, and they didn't like any noise. Well, above my Italian food manufacturing company, we had a bar, and they played music and had noise. And so they wanted us to build a wall for them so that they didn't have to hear the noise. And I just gotten out of the hospital, and I had popped into my business to check on something, and the city council member said, hey, come to this meeting. So we went to the meeting, and I looked at him, I nodded, and I turned around and I walked away from this meeting, and I went into my business and just let them finish the meeting without me, because it was so ludicrous what the other party was expecting and asking of me as the owner of a building that had a couple businesses in it, that it wasn't worth arguing about. They had decided that somebody else should pay for their silence and for their comfort, and I wasn't going to buy into it. I told them what I thought, and then I walked away, not right after that, but as they just started going round and round and round, you know, when people talk in circles, that really bothers me, by the way, one of my pet peeves. But we need to speak up, and we need to stand up for ourselves. So how are you going to do that today? I challenge you to stand up, speak up, share your point of view. Like I said, the easiest way to do that is just to ask a question. Any one of us can ask a question in a meeting, no matter who's in that meeting, right? Look at the press conferences. Those people ask audacious and ridiculous things. If they can do it, you can do it. If they can do it, I can do it. And I'm not sure if I said it or not, but speaking up and asking questions, sharing your opinion, putting your point of view out there. Yeah, you're going to get negative feedback sometimes. Are people not going to agree with you? Yes, but guess what? That is the nature of our human experience. People don't agree with us on everything. I grew up in a family of 4 sisters. Do you think we agree on everything or did? No. My dad was like, rah, 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 rah. Girls, stop fighting. Probably 80% or 90% of our childhood. It's just the way human beings are. And we're good. We're cool with that, right? Because if we all thought alike, if we all believed everything the same, how horrible and boring would our planet and our lives and our existence be? I think it would be terrible. All right, that's all I've got today. If I can help you in any way, ask. I created, thanks to Claude AI, I am not an AI person, a annual challenge artifact. They call it artifacts on Claude. I don't even know why they call it artifacts. It's just basically an annual challenge calendar with all of the topics, all the reflective questions, all of the data and all the stuff in there for the year. And I put it into our Supersize Your Business community. So if you want to be a part of that, hit me up and let me know. It is not free. So just so you know, and it's at a super duper bargain price right now, but it isn't free, because my point of view is that when you add value to people's lives and to the world, and you actually help them transform their entire business, that if they do it for free, they won't actually do it. If nobody pays for anything, and I've learned this with myself, if I've got free things and free access, and that's why I've spent, probably 7 figures on coaching throughout my lifetime, because I know the value of, if I pay for it, I pay attention. Not everybody's that way, but most people are. All right. Any questions, ask. Otherwise, have an awesome day, and I will, of course, be with you tomorrow.